I would like to present to you that
Yes.
this is deceptive business practices by NASCAR and possibly Xfinity, the sponsor. If we're going to tell our fans, if our fans are going to get used to the Daytona 500, the Shriners 500, the Yellowwood 500, the Southern 500, when you look at a race that is called 500, what are our fans going to think?
I see what
Miles
you're putting
versus
It's a
down. Miles.
it's a 500-mile race. Do not call this the Xfinity 500. It is not a 500-mile race.
I
It's
love
it's a
this.
500 lap race. Call it the
Uh,
Xfinity 263. All right, welcome back to another edition of Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers. My name is Chad Beard, and I'm a country music artist, content creator, and NASCAR super fan. Joined as always, joined as always by my incredibly interrupting co-host.
That's not nice.
Please allow me to introduce them to you.
Hmm.
Buckle up, folks, because the man's hair has its own area code and his personality has its own warning label. He's the reason they make disclaimers on hair dryers. The last time he entered a barbershop, 3 stylists called in sick and 1 ran away screaming, "It's alive." He's been called the James Bond of NASCAR hospitality and the Kid Rock of corporate chaos. From the land of bad decisions and even better hair, give it up for the man, the myth, the legally questionable legend, Rick, the follicle phenom. Kojan.
What's up, y'all? Another
What's happening?
podcast. Thanks
What's
for joining
happening?
us. And you know what that means.
Yeah. What is
Must
this?
be-
51, I believe, right?
Must be time to drink again.
It is. You have to stay hydrated, Rick.
And I appreciate that. You guys kind of coach me up on that. I feel good. My hair looks good. I'm ready for another one, man. Let's get
Yes,
going.
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
like it.
Come on, let's get to the good looking people on this pod. Go.
Coming in hotter than a restrictor plate wreck and louder than a Blaney burnout. He's the man who treats every conversation like a cross examination and every podcast like closing arguments for common sense. He once represented himself in the court of public opinion and got a standing ovation. His favorite amendment is whatever gets this out of a ticket, and his middle name might as well be probation. He's the thrill, the myth, the legally binding legend, the Supreme Chris, I rest my beer, not my case, court justice.
Cheers to that. I'm
That was a
arrest.
lot of words at the end.
It was. I'm arrest this bourbon.
Is that for your kitty litter? What is that?
What I'm showing you,
Oh, a hairbrush.
this is a vent that keeps this in line. But I kind of think, I know it seems funny, but it just came to me. It was spur of the moments laying here because one's never far from me. Kind of like Chris has a gavel.
Got my gavel.
Right?
Look, the gavel.
Look at that.
Got it. Bam.
Bang it. Let it hit something.
Yeah, you hear that?
No.
You can't. Can you hear mine?
Yes.
You can hear-
Chris's settings are probably on like to drown out background noise.
Okay.
Might be.
Whatever.
The
Well, I
dog
thought that was
barks.
fun. So
Kids are screaming.
we both have a gavel. Mine just,
Yeah.
mine just says hair. It's a hairbrush.
I like
So,
it. Well,
everybody had a good weekend? I know I did.
yeah, it was
I had a fantastic weekend.
yeah.
I'm not sure I had a good weekend.
No,
Or-
Ricky.
We'll see.
I think we'll have some elaborations to
I'm
both
not
of those.
I'm not sure I had a good weekend.
I had a great weekend. I was not at the track, but I was with my little man who was very excited to watch Kyle Larson race.
Tile Larson.
Yeah, that's how I said it.
So I like that. I tried to imitate it today when you stopped up at the shop. Tile Larson. I like it.
Yeah. So he was very excited. He was super excited because the Supreme Court justice there got him hooked up with a new Kyle Larson official hat.
Right. We got to keep them dialed in. Got to keep them on.
Damn.
Keep them
So-
fresh.
He wore that hat all weekend long. He called everybody, said, "I got this from Kyle Larson's team."
He did.
He was very excited.
Yeah. Making memories, Chad. Making memories.
Oh, I love it.
That's-
And then
that's
my
legit. Look how you roll. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
my 18-year-old watched the Xfinity race with me Saturday night, which was awesome. He's watched some cup races with me in the past. he's not the biggest NASCAR fan. He would, growing up, he would root for Kyle Busch just because that's who I rooted for. Um, but he asked lots of questions and was super into the race on Saturday night. So I'm really hoping at some point I can bring him to a race and really get him hooked in. If it's not rodeo or horses or farming, takes a lot to get him interested in something like that. But
Listen,
he was pretty
we've
interested
had this
there.
conversation as a fellow Johnny Appleseed of NASCAR kind of guy. All you can do, plant the seed, Chad. Some grow into beautiful NASCAR fans. Some roll off the side of the road and get weeded over. All you can do is try.
Yep.
I think
Well,
there's a Bible reference in there, but I don't remember it right now.
yes,
That
there's
sounded good, though.
that's called a parable. A parable.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Anyways, excited for
That
another
concludes
episode.
our religious portion of the show.
Excited for another episode with you guys. This episode, like every episode this season, has been brought to you by our friends at the Chord Buddy. If you've ever wanted to learn guitar, now you can on day one. It's that simple. You get the Chord Buddy, you put it on the neck of your guitar. Make sure you get the appropriate one, right, Chris Justice?
That's it, because they
Get the
have
right one for the right guitar.
For the
'Cause
right
there's
guitar.
electric, there's acoustic, and don't forget about that classical guitar.
classical.
Classical.
Correct.
Right, which is the
Yes.
guitar that you have, Chris.
Correct.
They also have them for the ukulele, so you can get the uke buddy if you want to learn some ukulele, which is great, especially for younger kids. A lot of times you start them out on the uke, and that they can handle that, and they learn strumming patterns and all that, and it makes the transition to the guitar a little bit easier. They also have a full line of guitars, tuners, all kind of great products. Make sure you check them out. Chordbuddy.com, CHORD buddy.com. Tell them we sent you. Shoot over to their Facebook page or their Instagram page and leave a comment that says that you heard about them here on the podcast and that you appreciate them supporting our podcast, because we truly appreciate everything that they do. Travis and his son got to come out and hang out with us. Just great people, and I think you're going to get to learn a little bit more about it too. So
Yeah, and a great story, right, Chad?
Great,
they are
great
going to get
story.
to learn more, right?
Yeah.
A guy who's an entrepreneur from Alabama, building a product in Alabama, giving back to Alabama. You're buying a U.S. made product. You can fly that flag, beat your heart, play a Kid Rock song, and learn it on Chord Buddy.
That's it.
That seemed like a commercial.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well played there, Ricky.
Thanks to them. And let's get into some Three Wide.
Three wide. Here we go.
Come on.
All right. Our first topic here in our Three Wide segment is NASCAR announced this week that they are releasing a new docuseries that will begin November 17th called Rising. This docuseries will be spotlighting the careers of Carson Hocevar, Rajah Caruth, and Jesse Love. So I want to know, fellas, how do you feel about this little docu-series, and how do you feel about the drivers that they chose for this docu-series, and how do you see what NASCAR is doing with this? What do you think the goal is here? We'll start with you, Chris.
Well, let's see. You got three different personalities, three different backgrounds. I mean, Kosovar has a shit ton of media fans from his streaming content, from his iRacing.
Shit ton.
Right? Shit ton.
A lot. That's a lot.
A lot. Rajah has his backing. His dad being a professor in the HBCU side of things. And Jesse Love, I'm really not too familiar with all his facts.
He's a Cali kid. I know that. He's a Cali kid.
Right. So you have that going on. Kind of look at it like how they did the quarterbacks for the NFL. Right? Kind of an insider peek into the day in the life of a QB.
Yeah, who'd they do on that? I remember that. They did Mahomes. They did the guy with the Falcons.
Mariota.
Mariota, thank you.
Yep. And
Well, he
then
was
it
with the
was,
Falcons at the time, and
yep.
the older QB who was
Yeah.
getting like
Was Flacco? Was that?
No,
no,
it
no,
wasn't
no, no,
Flacco.
Oh,
no. Along those lines,
Yeah.
Cousins. It
Cousins.
was Cousins.
Yes.
It was Kirk Cousins.
Right. So I think it's a good play. We have to bring in new fan base, and Netflix is on and popping right now, and everybody is streaming and binge watching series. So I think it's a good play for those young and upcoming drivers.
well,
Um,
and just to clarify, I think this is running on the NASCAR channel. So
the
they're
NASCAR channel.
they're
Okay.
free. They're free channel on
Okay. So that
Roku,
plays
Tubi.
both
Yeah,
sides, because then they can get viewership to their new channel, which will then promote other things, hopefully some podcasts coming up. And I think it's good though. I think it's going to give some exposure to our sport, to the young drivers, and it's going to bring their fan base with it. So I think it's good. It can't hurt anything.
yeah. Ricky.
Um, so I took the question a little bit more to be, they're doing this deal. It's called Rising. I didn't know until you just told me that it's on the NASCAR channel. That's fine, whatever the medium is. I thought the question was more along the lines of like, did we agree that they made the right choices, and were there other choices to be made?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. First of all, Rising. Can they use that? I mean, wasn't that a Bruce Springsteen album? Remember that song, Come On Up for the Rising? Am I crazy? Am I out on a limb here?
He wasn't on Soul Train, Ricky. I missed it.
Chad, come on. I know that.
No, you're right.
He made an album called Rising, didn't he?
Yeah, but there's tons of. I mean, you can't. It's not like you can trademark that word.
I'm just saying. I think it's a cool title. So the thought that I put into it was, I have nothing against Carson Hocevar, Raja Caruth, or Jesse Love. Maybe if they make a Gen 2 of this, I mean, I think there's other rising stars, if that's what the Rising is about, that maybe resonate more for show number 1. Would you like me to cite examples?
Yes,
I think
go
we
ahead.
can pick it
I
up,
think
but
we
go
can
ahead
pick. Yeah, I think.
go ahead and spit them out.
Okay, now listen, and I'm not going to say it first because I know I'm going to get labeled like I do. That's fine. So let me work around it and start with Corey Heim. Okay,
Time.
Corey Heim, 11 wins. He's on the radar for many fans because of his dominant truck season. He's on the radar probably of many teams, right, for where he could land and what he's going to do. So I thought of Corey Heim. And this is not just a shameless plug for my man Corey Bassett, cleared 28, but I thought of Butterbean Queen. And I thought, like, you talk about rising, like how quickly he ascended through the ARCA championship and what he's done, the couple of shots he's had in trucks and Xfinity this year. He was a name I came up with. I thought also of Tony Breidinger. And that one was more like, I love the diversity side of the sport with Raja Caruth. And I'm starting to struggle now on, do we have diversity as far as, are we promoting a female driver? So that's why she came to mind. The other one, this one, I'm going to throw you guys a curveball. I'm going to make a prediction here tonight. Y'all got to get your head around a guy named Landon Lewis. Ring a bell with anybody?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. I'm the first one to tell you about Landon Lewis and our 200 followers. Landon Lewis won the Cars Tour Championship.
Okay.
Landon Lewis is basically under contract with KHI. So he comes with Kevin Harvick's seal of approval. Along with that seal of approval, he's being coached, massaged, cars prepped by Ron Hornaday. So he's got a lot of juice there. And I promise you, don't lose the name Landon Lewis. Okay. And my last one, and again, I'm not against any of the choices they made. My last one, and come on, man, I'm going to say it. Connor Zilic Anybody heard of Connor Zilic? Is that not the rising of the rising? I mean, I gave Heim first billing just because I knew you guys were going to, like, abuse me as being a homer. Come on. That's the rising of the
Hold on, that's
rising.
Corey Bass calling. Want to know?
Yeah, I know that's him, and I don't care. I got his boy. Hey, Corey, I got your boy Brendan Queen in there, and I meant it. I didn't just say it for him because I've watched too, and I'm not an idiot. But that's what I got to say. It was a
Maybe
long-winded
just
way. But
maybe the rising, and you have some very good points, but maybe these three were at the time of filming, right? The Zilliches and the
yep. So
right
I thought about that, right? I thought not only about that, but I thought, and I don't know why this would happen, but maybe some said no.
maybe.
And again, I don't know why they would, but
Yeah.
conflicts or whatever, or a sponsor or blah, blah, blah. Somebody might have said no. And again,
Well,
nothing against the three that were chosen.
Right.
Don't
well,
blackball
it wouldn't
me.
be the first time that somebody said no, Chase Elliott.
Oh, Superfan took a shot. What do you got on this one, Superfan? I talk long.
No, I had very similar thoughts as you. And I'm a little bit perplexed, I guess, by the hosts of our choice, just because I feel like um, NASCAR does what NASCAR does. They're kind of the people who say, "Hey, we don't like that you did that. Hey, we're going to fine you for that. Hey, we're going to penalize you for that. But then we're going to take all the footage and run it over and over and over again." So
That's what they do.
I have a feeling that
You
you're going to
know
see a
that.
lot of that when I saw the Carson host of our name, that you're gonna see a lot of that. And I mean, I guess he's signing off on it or whatever, but that's kind of a frustrating thing with NASCAR to me, is that they want to tell you how bad it is and how unsafe it is, or how whatever the reason they give for handing out these penalties that, again, are very often deserved or whatever. But
Right.
then they use those same instances
To their
to
advantage.
exploit, yeah,
Mhm.
exploit the situations and
Yeah.
promote the races, or promote, oh, this could happen. What I mean, next year when we go to Martinsville, you're going to see what happened this weekend over and over and over again.
You're
Just
gonna
like you're going
see
to
it.
see
You're
that
gonna
Hill
see it
Mellon.
long. But you're gonna
Yeah,
see it long
yeah,
before. You're gonna see it all weekend at Phoenix too, as a lead
100%.
in all
But
weekend.
but and that was one part that frustrated me. No, I agree. You know, I thought that especially the Jesse Love was an interesting choice for me. Um, because I feel like he's a guy. I mean, obviously he's going the final four, and we'll get into all that, but he's a guy for the most of the season who is just kind of flown under the radar for the most part to
Mhm.
me. Like, to me, I know this is what his second year in Xfinity, and I don't see him as one of those stars yet, or like one of those names. Like, if you're going to throw out names of Xfinity folks to people, like, and I don't mean any offense to Jesse Love, just he's not there. He hasn't built that there, or he gets overshadowed. He's in a place where it's really easy for him to get
Oh,
overshadowed
he's in the large
by,
shadow of
yeah,
Austin Hill.
right.
Yeah, and
So
you are our resident super fan, so I appreciate you bringing this point up and saying it that way because from the fan perspective, I think they'd agree with you.
yeah, and even with Raja, like, I like Raja, and I like his style of racing, and I like how he comes across to fans. Um, but I also don't feel like he is kind of that star yet. Is he a guy on the rise? Absolutely. And you're going to
Mhm.
see he's going to get some opportunities next year to see how good he is when he gets in the best equipment in the Xfinity series. Um, so, but yeah, I thought they were interesting choices for different reasons. I hope that, um, it is an insight into their careers and kind of how they're having to mold that out. I hope NASCAR gets into some of the struggles that it is for these young drivers to, fun to team, especially a truck and Xfinity. You know, now both of these guys who they've chosen have lots of backing. So it makes it really easy. You know, Raja has hendrickcars.com every week.
Yep.
And so, you know, he's in that pipeline. He's very well taken care of there. And Jesse has this Wheeling um, sponsorship that, you know, they're on the car every week. So I would have liked to seen somebody who, you know, it is having success, but they're also having to do those things of putting those deals together, and they're having to figure out how you fund that car. And
Like Leland Honeyman.
well, I love Leland, but if Leland got picked for this, like it would, I mean,
Right.
it would again make no sense to me because he's not there yet. He's not
Right.
the name.
Right.
You know, I think
But we
he's,
also don't know the backstory too. Like some of that might be backstory and how they got to the point where they're at now.
True.
yeah,
Right. So it might not be a household name at this point,
Yeah, that's true.
but the journey to get from wherever they
Yeah, where
started to
Raja came from
yeah,
or where Jesse,
where
yeah,
Jesse
exactly.
came from to where
Right,
he's at
right,
now
right, right.
might be the catalyst there to say, hey,
Yep.
this kid here
yeah.
has a very
And
interesting path that can sell.
yeah, and on the flip side, I do want to give credit to NASCAR for doing something to try to promote these drivers,
Yeah.
to try to help them grow their fan base, to try to
Especially
help
the
them.
younger fan base.
Yes, 100%. And to try to help them build an image or build out some of those things, develop those things like we used to see sponsors do with drivers back in the early 2000s, 90s, where sponsors really, you know, they brought them in and they taught them how to deal with the media and they put them in the commercials and they did all those things. And I think that's something that's lacking in our sport now is the promotion of the driver. We seem to have more promotion of brand or team and less promotion of the actual driver or partnership with a driver. You know, we don't see the Napa commercials with, not that Chase Elliott's going to do it, but you know, where he goes out and sings the
That's
jingle and do
another shot.
and then do and
Oh my
but
God, it's twice now.
That's
but
two back to
but
back.
but you're gonna, you know, you're not
I'm
gonna,
catching strays, Ricky.
we don't see, you know, the things that Michael Waltrip did where he went on and sang, or the things that even I saw a Napa commercial the other day where Truex was doing those things, or the things that Junior did with Mountain Dew, or you know, whoever. You
Or the
just don't see that.
And Harvick and
Oh yeah, the one that they
Boyer
did.
Mobile One deal.
Yeah, in the
Or Boyer's doing
commercials
the
in the
yeah,
store where they
yeah,
were buying doing the motor oil or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the only ones you kind of see of that anymore are Logano and Blaney doing the AutoZone or whatever it is that they do, the um you know, their
That's
sponsors
actually
there.
a good point.
But it seems you don't see, used to, when you watch a race, every commercial featured a NASCAR driver.
It's
And
actually a really good
and
point.
now you rarely see a
And that's
NASCAR
something that
driver in a commercial.
CW could help with since they have the whole, that network has the whole season for the whole year and the whole theme to Xfinity, soon to be called O'Reilly Auto Parts,
Maybe
is
that jingle will come
this
back.
is where stars are born, right? That's a good point.
Mhm.
All right. Well, the next topic for discussion is Rick's favorite topic for
Oh,
discussion, and
God.
I've intentionally listen. I've intentionally left it off of the show notes until now. It's been a while since we've discussed it, but
Mhm.
it is now official. Mediation has failed, and settlement is no longer on the table for 2311 and Front Row Motorsports versus NASCAR. So, but the thing that I wanted to ask you guys about and get your opinion about is the judge in this case, Judge Bell, has
Bell.
has encouraged both parties multiple times to figure out some way to come to a settlement. And he warned them in his talks before that it was very likely that if this went to trial, that he would and possibly, or that he could and possibly would dismantle the entire charter system. So, my questions to you are, if this happens, how does this impact existing teams, future investors, and the long-term sustainability of the sport altogether? And we're going to start with you, Ricky.
Ugh. Thank God I opened a new beer. So, Chad, I don't know what you are seeking here, because, like, I don't know. I'm so tired of talking about this topic. I get that it's going to court, and now they did, the mediation failed. So I'll try to answer your questions. What happens if this actually occurs? I have no fucking idea. Okay. Because I don't go to court. I don't sit in the courtroom. I don't know what the two vested parties have in their back pocket or have.
Well, that's not the question.
It was one of them.
I know.
I read the show notes.
Listen, yes, but it's to the specific thing of, if he takes away charter systems, how
Okay.
does that affect?
The judge has warranted dismantle. Okay, what happens if this occurs? All right, I'll play your fucking game. Okay. So now we don't have charters. We still have a $7.7 billion TV deal that we are in the midst of. That's a 7-year deal, so it's basically $1 billion a year. And not the kind of bill that like Justice and I carry, not hundreds, like bill with a lot of zeros after it. Okay, so now we go back to square one, and the teams still have a revenue stream. The teams still race. The teams still have to qualify, practice and qualify. What the teams don't have in that scenario is, if the team wants to exit, then suddenly there's no value system, which is what the charters basically did, provided a value system to them. So let's cite a few examples. BJ, right? BJ McLeod. Wasn't it known that he and, I forget, was his partner at the time Tiff or Joey Gase? Tiff, maybe Matt Tiff. Like, I think they were one of the first ones to cash in on the charter deal. Okay.
It's like 40 mil, I think.
Okay. So I want to answer Chad's question. What happens if this actually occurs? The teams lose significantly, because all they then have to have value over is land, buildings, and equipment. Does that successfully answer your question?
Sure.
All right. What's the next one? What else we got? How does this impact existing teams, future investors, and long-term stability of the sport? It sucks. It destabilizes the sport, and it devalues the sport. And new future investors see little to no reason, aka Junior Motorsports, and other outside investors, like the CEO and president of Court Buddy, to want to spend money in NASCAR and own a team. Did I get that one? My last one. Each host. Okay, I think I got it.
Chris?
Can I go back to drinking?
Well done, Rick.
Hate this topic.
Yeah.
Maybe you got something better.
No,
I wasn't trying to be
Rick.
a smart ass, but I don't fucking know.
I align with Rick. The value drops. The charter systems, like to Rick's point, added value to each team.
Right.
It added a defined and definite value. You had a spot where you can say, hey, so and so sponsor, we are guaranteed to participate in these 38 events.
Yep.
You will be visible for 38 events for X amount of dollars. Here's your visibility. Those charter goes away, that goes away with it. Now you're back to teams having to qualify in
And they'll still make it, right? Because we don't
and
have
but
more than 40 cars.
correct.
So they
But
still make it. I don't care that
the
much about
guarantee
that part.
the guaranteed value goes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also like you said, the value of the team drops because now you don't have that, guarantee in your pocket to help you sell that multi-million-dollar sponsorship, which most of these teams need to survive.
Yeah, I think
I
for
can't wait to hear what Superfan has to say. You basically wrote this question for you. I don't know why you wasted time with us. You tell us what you think.
no, this was supposed to be a topic from all different points of view.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's fine. You
It is
cannot
fun.
like
It's
it.
fun. It's fine.
What do you
I
got?
want.
What do you got?
I want to hear what
No,
you have to say.
no, I think the thing that concerns me most is teams like Spire, teams like Legacy Motor Club, who, over the past year, and even RFK, you're talking about teams who have created partnerships with these, what's the word I'm looking for? These big money investors, capital investment folks.
Oh, like a you mean like a
Like the
game
game
bridge?
bridge? Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
like
thinking the same thing.
Gamebridge,
Yeah, we said the same thing. Yeah.
yeah. So they came in with Spire. Jimmy Johnson had his group that came in with him. At RFK, you've got the Fenway group. Um, so I think the hardest part is wondering what happens with those teams. Do their capital investors stay involved? Do they take that as an exit because they no longer see value? Because if you look at RFK, for example, and the Fenway Group, this is they own the Red Sox, they own several other sports teams. So they buy franchises, which is essentially what they were buying into in NASCAR. But is it still worth it to them to stay in the sport, still invest in the sport? Um, is it still worth it for new people to come in? On the flip side of that, if they were to dismantle it, um, does that take barriers away from that makes it easier for new teams to come in? For example, you made the junior motorsports example. Dale has said multiple times that he's not going to spend 40 million or 60 million to buy a charter. If he had the option to just go race in Cup, he would do that. But so does that make it easier for a junior motorsports? Does that make it easier for a Tricon or a Sam Hunt Racing or one of those teams to attempt to get into Cup if there is no charter? So for me, it's scary in one sense of getting rid of it and you lose that cash flow, big money investment, um, essentially professional sports setup that's similar to other professional sports. And then on the flip side, does it open that door for smaller teams or people who, want to start a cup team? Maybe does it make it easier for new manufacturers? I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. So that was some of my thoughts. I don't know. I think it's scary on one side, but on the other side, it could open up possibilities.
All right.
13 of 15 teams thought it was a good deal. 2 didn't, and we're where we are now.
Well,
It's not exactly like it was 13 said, go F yourself, and 2 signed it.
Maybe they did
Let's
say
just
F
keep it in
yourself in the background,
mind.
but some didn't want to ruffle feathers because they got their hands in the pie somewhere else,
Could be.
Well, and
right?
I mean, you've had people like Richard Childress come out that said, "Hey, this was not a good deal for us. I didn't want to sign this deal, but I felt like I had no choice. I have 400 plus employees that still need paychecks. They told me sign it or lose my charters. So I signed."
Right.
So it is
So
Richard Childress
if
the
in
only
this
owner?
deal charters are dismantled, to your point, he's gonna get his wish. And if he had not signed it, great. Now you don't have charters no more.
So
Feel better?
no, again,
Not
I'm
you.
not,
I'm saying him.
yeah.
Does he feel better then?
Well, I mean, again, was it, is this it goes back to the whole point? Was this NASCAR's heavy hand of saying you do it our way or you don't compete here? Or did
Or
they come to the
y'all go find yourselves some other tracks and start your own deal?
So
Good luck with that.
I don't think it's the whole charter system as a whole. I think it's just certain parts A, B, and C for whatever those parts are that are red flags. Like I don't think the whole charter system or program is bad. I think it may be some caveats in there or some small print that's in those contracts that are not favorable for the teams. This is what those two teams that didn't sign are fighting.
well, and
Go
the
ahead,
other
James.
side
Sorry.
was the teams, all of these teams made it very well known that they all wanted these charters to be permanent. NASCAR,
There you go. There
yeah,
you go. You
right.
said it. You said it.
NASCAR said, we never promised you they would be permanent. We promised you we would renegotiate with the end of every deal. So NASCAR's now said, hey, we'll go through the 7 years. You sign it or don't. If you don't sign it, you don't have them, period.
And you made the point that I wanted to make, which was Denny Hamlin, who's, longtime guy in this sport, a lot smarter than me, won 60 races. I've won none. He sees it from both sides now as driver and owner. And I remember that part of this hated subject, but I do remember him saying that it was the term that bothered them. It was we want these charters to have value in perpetuity. And I believe NASCAR countered and said, there will be value in perpetuity, but we can't guarantee that value in perpetuity. We have to do it on a TV contract by TV contract by TV contract, right? Meaning that like when the 7.7 billion, and I don't know, I'm off my ass now, but when the $7.7 billion TV contract ends, if the stock hasn't risen with Amazon Prime and Fox and TNT Sports and NBC, and a new contract gets signed because the sport's not going away, and the new contract is $2.7 billion, NASCAR don't want to give as much money away for those charters. I think that might be one of the core issues,
but I think that's one of the issues. Yeah.
But
We don't know for sure, but I'm on the same page, which I think that was part of. They want that piece of the pie to remain the same, whether it goes up or down.
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
To his credit, Dale Jr. had on one of the NASCAR guys the other day. It wasn't Steve Phelps, Steve O'Donnell, maybe.
Steve O'Donnell. It was O'Donnell. And I heard parts of that. It was good.
And Dale went for it. He did not hold back in asking these questions. He specifically to this point here, he said, I understand what you're saying. You can't say we'll pay you this much past this agreement, but why can't you say we'll pay you this percentage? And the percentage, obviously, if a TV deal goes down,
yeah, because honestly, that's a good point. Because like the teams and the drivers are the show, right? The venues don't change. The team and the drivers are the show. So if for whatever reason we start pissing people off and the product sucks and it goes down, then your percentage goes down. That's a good point.
Or your percentage stays the same, the amount of money you're getting. Yeah,
the percentage goes down relative to what the value is, right?
The total value.
Your percentage of 7.7 billion, you can have the same, I'm just making this up, 10% of it. But when it's 2.7 billion, then you're only getting 10% of 2.7 billion. I get it.
And I think that's the argument.
Interesting.
But NASCAR has said they're not willing to make any guarantees whatsoever. And I think that's one of the things that bothered the teams is, they're going to every contract. It doesn't matter. Did we do better? Did we perform better? Did we get more fans out to the track? Did we get more eyes on the TV?
Yep.
NASCAR's still saying, well, it's our sandbox that we let you play in.
And I think everybody thinks that the big risk that NASCAR is trying to avoid as a private company is to have their books exposed, right? Listen, if the France family turns out to be 1, 2, or 3 behind Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison from Oracle, who bought the island in Hawaii, then I guess it's going to come out. I don't think they are, but that I think is the other counterpoint to like a private company that everyone's like, oh yeah, they don't want their books opened up. Well, we'll see what the judge says.
Right.
And the judge is saying, hey, he don't give a shit about those books.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
that's right. And again, I don't know if they're making Larry Ellison, Jeff Bezos money. Maybe they are making that much and they're totally screwing the teams. I don't know, but I don't know.
Yep. Well, Denny Hamlin made the comment this weekend. One of us is headed on a suicide mission. So
is that what he said?
Yeah, he said that in his press interview because they asked him. They said, now that mediation is done and that you're going to court, like, what do you feel? He said, well, all I can say is it'll all come out in court, but one of the two parties is headed on a suicide mission.
And he's been pretty confident on his side for months now, like pretty vocal, and he's saying, hey, December 2nd is all going to come out. Like he wasn't holding back like they had anything to be worried about. But you never know in the court of law how that can fluctuate. But he's been pretty confident since day one on their arguments.
Well, and just reading Judge Bell's comments, I mean, if I were NASCAR, I would be worried based on how Judge Bell has framed up many of these encouraging statements that he's put out.
Yeah.
So
fix it before I do, pretty much.
Yeah. Because when he says it's going to become law. So, all right, well, let's get into Martinsville. Let's talk.
Here we go.
We're going to do some fun stuff.
The Martinsville doggies.
All right, let's talk
doggies.
Checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
Checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
What the?
Yeah.
That's what the show's called. Thank God we're finally doing that and stop talking about court shit. It's not called court TV, is it? Anyway, sorry, I had to take a shot.
All right.
I don't know. I thought it's what it was called.
Nah.
That's what I signed up for, not a legal battle.
Let's talk Craftsman trucks. Chris, you're up first with Checkers.
Checkers. Listen, we're going to go. I got an A and a B on this one.
Oh, you pulling a Ricky move here.
I did pull a Ricky. Ricky has inspired me over these past few weeks. Listen, the excitement of Chase playoffs, championship 4 is fucking exciting. To all those that say they want to go straight points, it's horrible. This was exciting from lap 1 to the checkered flag. How can you not enjoy this? You got 3 guys going to Phoenix in the Truck Series with 0 playoff wins to get there. The only one that got the win is Corey Hine. You got 3 other drivers that has 0 playoff race wins, 2 of which have 0 stage wins, and they're in the championship. This right here is what we sign up for. This is right here is what we kick back, open the cooler for, sit back in our hotel rooms, and we watch this because it's exciting. All right, that's my 1A. My 1A, my 1B has to go to High Time.
It is.
I mean, that's a layup. I mean, this guy has the record for most led laps and win number 11. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Who's up next? Chad, you're up.
Oh, look at him looking down at the show notes. Now he's running the goddamn show.
Yeah,
I love this.
Chad, you're up next.
I love this. Chad, you're up. Over to you, Chad.
Oh my God. All
This
right.
is fucking
My
beautiful.
my checkers.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a different checkers. So my checkers is going to go to Caden Honeycutt. Uh, this kid is in his rookie season in Craftsman Trucks. A little over halfway through the season, he loses his ride in that number 45
Yep.
at Nice Motorsports. And then he goes over and drives the number 2 truck at Young Motorsports for one race, and then gets in Stuart Friesen's number 52 after that, after Stuart got into his accident. This kid just locked himself in to the final four, driving for 3 different teams, 3 different trucks, all in a wild rookie year. I don't know how anybody, I mean, you're navigating through a brand new series, a brand new vehicle, all this stuff, trying to learn the ins and outs of the industry, trying to line up your sponsorship, trying to do all of this stuff. And somehow this kid has managed to do all that, bounce around with 3 teams, and literally just willed himself into a position where he could win a championship after driving for 3 different teams in his rookie season, and could get Stuart Friesen a owner's championship.
Listen,
So,
he's P2 in points going into Phoenix right now, behind Hine time.
so that's my checkers for Caden Honeycutt. Good Lord.
That's a good
Ricky?
one.
Yeah, that's a good one, especially since, like, I don't know if any of us have heard any update on Stuart Friesen and his rehab, but
He's been at the track every week. So
oh,
he's
okay,
yeah,
okay. I
he
did
and
not
his
know that.
yeah.
Superfan would know that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's why we have Superfan on this, which is very cool. In that truck, right, gets to go to the Champ 4 final. I have very little to add. Normally, I just drink during the truck stuff. I will say, though, I have a Heim time tidbit to add. It does not come via my research. It comes via my man, Matt Haas, who's proven to be quite the asset to me to not look like an ass during the truck portion of this show,
Appreciate you, Haas.
which I don't ever remember signing up for, by the way. But anyway, you spread and spoke of a lot of the accolades of Corey Heim. He gave one to me that I thought was astonishing. 0. 0 DNFs this year.
Oh,
Wow. Corey Heim doesn't have a single. Listen, laps led, blah blah blah, points. Oh, he can go all the way to the championship final. We've battled on this show. We've thrown the virtual fisticuffs, the 11
0
wins,
DNFs.
everything else. 0 DNFs. Your face looks like how I looked when I read it. I'm like, good job,
That's
job, Matt Haas.
Yeah.
Make me look smart on this show. Thank you.
Yeah. 0
Well,
DNFs.
let me ask you this. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember through the playoffs. Has he finished worse than second through the Truck Series playoffs?
I would say top 5. I don't know about a
I
second.
don't know that.
But I might be top 5 though. I know he hasn't finished like in the bottom.
No,
Maybe
I mean,
it's top 5.
because he was second last week at Talladega.
And that's where he sustained damage and fought back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, he's got 18. He's got 18 top 5s.
Okay.
11 wins, 24 races, 11 wins, 20 top 10s, and 18 top 5s.
Just killing it. All right, my wreckers went to Lane Riggs. He just had a horrible round. He ends up getting himself eliminated after Martinsville and was probably the only legitimate threat to Corey Heim if Corey Heim is, there's no malfunctions or he didn't get caught up in somebody else, just straight out racing. I think Lane Riggs was the only other guy all year who really gave him a run for his money, race in and race out. So that was my Wreckers. Chris?
My Wreckers is Raja in the honeycut situation early in the race, which put Raja out for good, ruined his day, cut a tire, slaps the corner, destroys the truck. He's out. I think he got a little too aggressive too early in the race and ruined his chances.
Ricky?
I was just looking something up real quick. Oh God, that's crazy. So see how I did that?
Mhm.
Our Wreckers, because it's really not mine, it's Matt Haas's, is we're curious how much longer Norm Benning is going to run around in this series
and destroy trucks
and tear up equipment. And listen, I'm not trying to take shots here because I'm an old dude too, as you can tell. I mean, I got my hair going for me. I got a pretty good personality, but the rest of it's going, freaking downhill once you turn 60. Okay. Let's just get out there. Old boy's 73. 73. Let me tell you what I'm going to be doing at 73. I'm going to be laying on the hood of my Plymouth Superbird with a 6-pack of Blue Moon, being like, piss off this world and burn down my 401k. That's what I'm going to be doing at 73. And I absolutely hope you guys are there too, because I'll buy beer or bourbon or whatever, water or
Number one tequila.
Number one tequila for us. I was thinking about something for you.
Oh, yeah.
Supplement package for Chad.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all we got on the Wreckers.
I'm having reduced calorie hot chocolate tonight because it felt like a
reduced calorie hot chocolate.
Yeah, it has like 5 calories and like 1 gram of sugar.
So many things about you and things you do that are so metrosexual. It's so interesting.
Anything diet about a hot chocolate is definitely metrosexual.
Interesting, the things he does and says, and he's
not taking shots, but that shit's
no.
Chris, do you have a Heckers besides me?
His Heckers is you. I couldn't even get it out quick enough. His Heckers is you.
I had my Heckers with the 22 truck getting stuck on the curb trying to do a 3-point turn after he spun himself out.
Oh, that was a good one. Mine was Raja with the getting banged up and cutting a tire down and gets himself eliminated.
I mean, to himself.
Yes.
Gotta be smart, boys.
Yep. Ricky?
Ours actually is a kudos to you, super fan. And it's your Checkers that Matt kind of thought was a what the heckers with Caden Honeycutt making the Final Four for all the reasons that you mentioned. And it's interesting how 2 personalities, yours and his, you view it as wave the checkers on him. He does, or you did, and you did. He views it as, oh my God, what the heck? We didn't expect to see that coming. So it's just, how do you interpret how we do checkers, wreckers, and heckers? He totally, word for word, co-signed what you did with Caden Honeycutt being in the 3 different vehicles and now taking Stuart Friesen's rig to the champ Final Four. Cool.
I like it. All right, let's talk some Xfinity. This is going to get fun quick. Rick, you're up first for checkers.
Sure thing. I got this one, and I think my man, Supreme Court Justice, already co-signed it back during trucks. I wish he wouldn't have wasted it during trucks. Listen, it's the current playoff format. And
hands down.
And listen, I'm just going to say this right now. And I was thinking about this, right? Because I know I'm so vested in this, and Chad and I have gone back and forth. So I know the whole rub comes down to, if Heim or Zillage don't win the champ 4 and they blow a tire in turn 1, all is lost. And then I thought about it and I said, well, wait a minute. If we've got this TV contract and we're trying to put eyeballs on the sport, we want to create Game 7 moments, do we not?
Absolutely.
We want the all or nothing moments of a Game 7. But here's what's funny about human nature. We want that. It's exciting, but we don't accept the other side of all or nothing. It's all, we're in, it's all or nothing, game 7 moment. But when you get the nothing, which would be Heim or Zilich not winning that championship and falling short of the expectations of what the fandom believes the outcome should be, then it sucks. And it sucks. That's all I got, man.
I guess I'm up next, Rick. Recording these notes.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
I'm up next.
Superfan's still on the sideline. Go ahead.
Yeah. So listen, I got an A and a B.
I'll take your liberties. You have the gavel.
A and a B.
Go ahead.
I got an A. I'm gonna co-sign with you once again. The thrill of the playoff championship race.
Come on, man.
Exciting. I think I was texting you boys. Stack them and rack them as they wreck them every time.
Yes.
Stack them and rack them.
Game 7 moment. It's
Listen,
setting it up.
On the edge of your seat, crushing your chips, spilling your beer. This is great TV moments right here.
It's working well. We're down 13% in viewership, so it's going well.
It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up.
Oh, Superfan taking his shot.
It's fine. He's a little butthurt right now with his safety Cocoa Puffs over there. And then my 1B is the 54 for the win. Like, hats off to him.
First win.
First win.
How about that?
Yeah, the first win. Like, hats off to him. They did a good job. Played it smart all day. Obviously they're not racing for the championship, but they also, to our point, you don't have to be a playoff winner. A playoff car to win.
Just run up front. You'll be featured.
Run up front. He did what he had to do to win the race. Hats off to them.
How about him lined up next to the 8? Right? Wasn't everybody like,
listen, nail biter.
Everybody remembers what happened. I was like, how does NASCAR stack these WWF moments like so perfectly? How did that happen? It's crazy.
Listen,
it's great.
Made for TV moments. What do you got there, Superfan?
Yeah, my checkers goes to Jeb Burton. I'm just kidding.
Listen,
I was waiting for Ricky's reaction.
Listen, you were within, hold on. You were within, I think I can make it close to the shop and you live right there. You were within 35 minutes of getting your ass whooped. I'll haul you out of there with your low calorie freaking hot cocoa. Dude.
No, my checkers went.
That was good though. It was good.
That was real
good.
good.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking at that moment because I'd have spit it all over the screen.
My checkers went to Carson Kvapil.
That was brilliant.
He's a guy who he hasn't gotten a win this year, but he's quietly put together some, pretty consistent runs. He's really overshadowed by Zilich and Allgaier, and even at times the 8 car, right? So he, I think, slides a lot under the radar, but again, put together another good, consistent run, just kind of the same as he's done all year. Wasn't anything spectacular, but it was consistent, and he did enough to lock himself in on points. And now he got 3 junior motorsports cars headed to Phoenix.
75%.
Yep. And all Chevrolets.
All Chevrolets. Well, it's not that many Fords in the
no,
there's not.
Fords.
Yeah. There's 5 and 5, so the odds are against you. But
yeah,
on Toyota. So, Superfan, would you mind if I added a cosign to your Carson Kvapil?
Go ahead. Oh, not Jeb Burton.
Relax, because I can get in the car. I mean, even though I don't drive a Muskmobile, I got enough gas in my vehicle. I can get there and whoop your ass over this. But it was funny. It was good once. Now it's getting annoying. No. Again, let's talk about your checkers relative to the playoff format. Do you know, Superfan, on the last restart, where Carson Kvapil started?
I don't. I was
Okay.
watching, but I don't remember.
I'll help you. He was 26th. He was out of the playoffs. We went green in that final one with, I think, 10 to go. You can check me on that. It might be 9, might be 11. He was 26th. He was not in the playoffs. Do you know what he did in those 10 laps? Well, you do, because you gave him the checkers. He bumped and banged, didn't wreck, but bumped and banged and bulled his way car by car through all the nonsense. Because why, Supreme Court Justice? He knew there was a points cutoff.
He knew where he was at in points.
Excellent checkers. Excellent checkers. Good job, Superfan. Just want to make sure you knew that point.
All right. Wreckers, Chris, you're up first.
My wreckers, I had the one car who was Quapple being a bulldozer.
I just co-signed his checkers, and now you're pissing on him with wreckers. I love it.
He was a
did.
bulldozer.
He
was a
did.
bulldozer.
He did.
Listen,
You're right.
that's all I got. He did what he had to do, but he was a bulldozer to get to it, you know?
So let me ask you. You gave him the wreckers. Is moving somebody but not wrecking them going too far?
I wouldn't say no, it's not going too far. Because there's a lot of moving going on through the course of the race to where you don't end someone's day.
Yep. You move them.
Right.
Move them.
His patience was way thin. He had
but don't wreck them.
Correct. And I have him as my
down. I might need to come back to that. Okay.
I have him as my wrecker. Not that he did anything wrong per se, but he moved a lot of cars out of the way.
Straight up wrecker's action. You're right about
wrecker's
that.
action, yes, to get what he needed in the moment.
Damn those playoff cut races.
And they say they suck.
They suck.
Can you imagine?
Nobody can pass. They're boring.
Can you imagine if Zilich was crowned the winner in October? How boring this would have been. Boring. I'm just saying. All right, you wouldn't have had that. You wouldn't have had that last restart and the excitement for 200 laps or 140 laps or whatever it was if the champion was crowned October 1st. Just saying.
All right.
What do you got? What do you got there?
My wreckers. And I hate to do this.
Don't hate, just say it.
Well, I love the kid. I picked him to be, I thought he was a Final Four guy, and it didn't work out that way. But my wreckers is going to go to Sam Mayer. And again, I hate to do that, but not for the way he raced. I thought he raced everything that he needed to do. He did. He had to battle a guy all night long who made it his sole intention and goal to make sure that Sam did not advance. I mean, Jeb Burton did not, let's be clear, Jeb Burton did not care about winning that race. Jeb Burton did not care about a top 10 finish. His goal for the entire night was to make sure that Sam did not advance into the Final Four. My problem with Sam is the problem that most people have is that had Sam dumped him during the race, I would have had no problem with it. Jeb Burton gave him every reason to do it. My problem was after the checkered flag flew, he put him into the wall. He wrecked out a car. He played it out that way. I would have much rather him went back to pit road, went down there and punched him in the face. Or did whatever he was going to do fisticuff on pit road. But wrecking a car on the cool down lap after the checkered flag has flown is over the line. I mean, that's too much. Again, I understand why Sam was frustrated. He had every right to be frustrated. Everything that he said in his interview, while I don't think he necessarily should have said it, and I think he was probably told not to say it, and he did it anyways. I agree with everything that he said. I just do not agree with the action of wrecking a guy, wrecking out a car after the checkered flag has flown. That's, I don't, no, I'm not even going to say that, but yeah, I don't agree with that. So that gets my wreckers. Ricky?
My wreckers is a guy named Jeb Burton. He precipitated the actions at Martinsville by driving completely over his head and in an unnecessary manner at Talladega on about lap 13, I think it was, and he wrecked 10 cars in so doing. And he started with being in the back of our 00 of Sheldon Creed. In that melee were 3 cars that were playoff cars. 00 of Sheldon Creed, 41 of Sam Mayer, and the number 20 of Brandon Jones. Interestingly, none of those cars will participate in the Champ Final Four, despite any efforts that they may have made up until that. I don't race these cars, but I know race drivers have a long memory. And it don't take a long memory from 7 days ago to remember what happened. I think Brandon Jones remembered what happened. I think Sheldon remembered what happened. And I think Sam remembered what happened. It just so happened on the lap 33 restart at Martinsville, we were P4 outside row 2, and we were behind the 27 car of Jeb Burton on the restart. Sam Mayer moved him. I took a note here from Supreme Court Justice with a cosign that said, if you move them, but you don't wreck them, that's kind of short track racing at Martinsville.
Correct.
We moved them. We didn't wreck them.
We'll come back to that in the next segment.
Message sent. End of story. But it wasn't the end of the story, because the story was more to play out, because somebody that was not in the playoffs had more of an axe to grind and was not going to accept that. And as Superfan noted, and I'm not on all the social media horse shit because I'm actually busy doing a job in the pit box, but it was promised we're not going to. Basically, I'll just say what Superfan said. It was going to be cosign. It was going to be his mantra that we were not going to be in the playoffs, and he's going to do anything he could to keep the 41 car out of the playoffs.
He said it. He said it on the radio.
Yeah, and as you told me, right, threatened us. I say us, the team, Sam, and basically then went forward and bumper banged us continuously through the end of the race, doing anything and everything he could to make sure that he followed through on that and that we would be out of the playoffs. That's my records. It's that simple.
All right, Ricky, you're up for Heckers. Oh, I know I read the notes wrong. I'm up for Heckers first. I was looking at the cup. Sorry. My Heckers goes to Taylor Gray. He gets his first win at Xfinity, as you guys talked about. He's a guy who has seemed all year to kind of struggle with the jump to Xfinity. and got in his own way a lot. We talked about it several times. Um, some of the things he said to his crew through the year and some stuff like that. But it seems like it's coming together for him. He gets his first win. He drove a heck of a race. He qualified on the pole, and then he was just up there all night. So my what the heckers is what the heckers. Where's this man? Like you, like I feel like he's developing. Maybe he's overcoming some of those things that earlier in the season kept him out of that. Now you're up for heckers, Ricky.
Oh, you sure?
I'm sure. I'm sorry I looked at the wrong.
No, it's okay. I never want to steal your thunder, Superfan. So my what the heckers goes to my man, Sam Mayer in the 41. And I want to be very careful about how I word this. I want everybody to be real clear. Sam spun a number 27 car that was owned by Jordan Anderson after the checkered flag on the cool down lap. And Superfan, you actually even said, and I took a little note there because you guys know I take notes despite drinking. You said you're okay. You were okay. You can go back and watch it previously with wrecking during the race. Did you say that?
Yeah, I said it had he dumped him during the race. Like I wouldn't have even.
Supreme Court Justice, you got that?
Got it.
Okay. So Superfan is okay with wrecking during the race at speeds up to 190 miles an hour. And I know we don't do 190 miles an hour at Martinsville. All right, just go with me on this. Now, the 27 car owned by Jordan Anderson was wrecked at low, slow pace car speeds on a cool down lap post race, not on pit road where active human bodies are walking. And we know that's a major automatic suspension, not on a racetrack at high speeds where hooking a guy into the wall. And we've seen that with Bubba Wallace and others in Austin Hill. That can result in suspension. It happened on the cool down lap. Now, listen, I'm not saying that there's precedent set for that. I don't know how this is going to all work out, but I will say that it gets my what the heckers because spinning the number 27 car owned by Jordan Anderson is not what Jordan Anderson and the hardworking people at Jordan Anderson deserved to have happen. Something deserved to have happen to the person that drives the number 27 car owned by Jordan Anderson. And if you weren't at the race, you'd know that NASCAR was well onto this, and certain people from both parties were in their respective corners, and NASCAR wasn't letting the two tides cross. So that's my what the heckers, is that there is regret for spinning a number 27 race car owned by Jordan Anderson with a team at Jordan Anderson that works hard to build these cars, tear them down after races, and go to the next races. That's what I got to say.
That's fair.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm along the same lines. My heckers was the whole Jeb Burton antics on the racetrack. The radio comms and NASCAR not doing anything about it during the race, which could fall into the lines of race manipulation, especially when you come over the radio and you say what you're going to do, and you do it.
That's intent.
That's intent.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yes.
Especially as much as they've been preaching
the race manipulation aspect of things. So
yeah.
That's
you're affecting the outcome of the race.
Yeah. Correct.
That's a really good point. All right. Well, while you're making good points, you're up first for checkers for Cup.
Listen, I'm so
now,
ready.
come on, let's everybody get the mood picked up now.
Listen, I'm so ready. Here we go.
Somber City just left town on a fucking train. What do you got, Hendrick?
Here we go. Game 37.
The rich
walk
get richer.
off. Oh, yeah. Give it up for Willie B. Willie Byron is my checkers. We went from the pole, swept all 3 stages, 304 laps led, Xfinity fastest lap. And with all that said, the race winner and a ticket to Phoenix Championship 4.
And he's the only driver in the history of the playoffs to ever sweep the stages or start on the pole, sweep the stages, and win the race.
Say that again. In the history of the what?
Of the playoff system.
Playoff system creates legends.
All right. That was a good one. I'm going to give my checkers to Ryan Blaney. He started 31st, drove to the front. He tried everything he could to pull off that win. I thought he drove a heck of a race. But I think the thing that impressed me even more was when he got out of the car, his interview, when he said, he said, listen, I would have done the exact same thing that William did. He was better. I did everything I could. Congrats to William. Then went to victory lane, congratulated William. I mean, just a class act. Ryan is a guy who's very hot-headed in the car and who is, he's very passionate, but super classy act to give the interview that he gave and to go congratulate William in victory lane. I thought it was super cool. That gets my checkers.
Listen, to your point there, Ricky, we talked in the last segment about the Xfinity. Is it good to move them but not wreck them? And you saw that between the 12 and the 24.
100%.
Yes.
Rick?
Well, I'm going to exercise my 1A and my 1B. Apparently, I've patented this. Like, there's nothing more I can add on the 1A to William Byron. Chris had all the stats, all the notes. All I would say is the easy term, since the World Series is going to play tonight and might even be starting shortly here. I got to go watch my buddy Joe. He hit for the cycle, right? He did everything you could do to bring all the points.
Great analogy.
All the points aboard the boat. And then, like, my 1B, and it's crazy because I know the 3 of us don't collaborate on these notes, but my 1B is Superfans checkers, which is, listen, in a way, I'm there at the car afterward, and whether it's CW Sports or Sirius XM or Front Stretch or like whoever's coming up, sometimes the media is trying to bait these drivers.
Absolutely.
And they tried to bait Ryan Blaney with the move that Byron made, where he dove for a spot. Blaney came down, car on the outside, got bumped up, and Byron got the lead. What a class act Ryan Blaney is. I wanted to also touch on him coming to victory lane to congratulate Byron. Of course, super fans all over that because he's Mr. Social Media. He knows every goddamn thing that happens, and that's cool. Like, there's my 1A, there's my 1B, and it leads me to something we can do for another day. I'd like us to talk about who NASCAR fans think, and you could, do whatever you got to do on our website, hit the like button and blah, 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 smash that and stuff. Who are the current class acts and who are the current villains?
Good question, Ricky.
In the Cup Series.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Chris and I are at the track every weekend. I can give you the 4 guys that get booed consistently everywhere we go. And all my sponsor guests look at me and go, oh my God, who are they booing at? Who are they so mad at? I can give you those 4, but I won't give you the answers to the SAT. But I would like to know equally who's on the class act side and I'm going to give you one of those answers. Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, I mean, he acted like a champion should. He is a champion of the sport, and he represents it well.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to remember the move he made when that stage 2 ended. It was 7 or 6 cars that stayed out.
Right.
They stayed out to get that track position. As you said, he started with 31st somewhere back there.
Right. Yeah. And you can't pass in these cars.
You can't
I hear
pass.
fans still talking about that Blaney trophy. Come on, man.
Listen, they made a strategy because you couldn't just follow the leader.
That's right.
So you had to do something different to shake it up. They stayed out. They had 24 lap tires to new tires. So the guys that stayed out had 24 laps on their tires. The guys that came in, obviously starting fresh. So they started stage 3 with a minus 24 on their tires. Right?
That's right.
So for him to hold on like he did says a lot about A, short track racing, B, tire compound, C, weather, because it was pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Right. So that tire is not heating up, it's not falling off like it would be if it was 95 degrees.
As Chad would say, I was a little chilly.
Yeah, it was a little chilly. I needed my cocoa. And
my low calorie cocoa.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that they did well to put themselves in the position to possibly get that spot in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Facts.
My Wreckers. 4 race wins, 22 top 10 finishes, which is the best in the field. Number 2 in average finishing position this year. And could not come through this weekend. Christopher Bell gets eliminated in the 5th spot for the 2nd year in a row.
Yep.
That's my. And he had a fast car too.
It's tough.
At points, but they just did not have it together.
Larson played the position points well to keep him where he needed him.
So it's funny you say that. I had that note in what we were talking about tonight. Larson, 3rd, stage 1, 2nd, stage 2, laps led
0.
Ricky, you're up for Wreckers.
I got it. It's funny too because in the 3 wide session we talked about the rising, and my Wreckers goes to one of the rising stars, and only because I have to take notes during the race, and I some of the stuff I have to feed up to either the network who's assigned to the pit box or to RFK Haas communications. My Wreckers is Carson Hocevar. I had 1, 2, 3. I had 3 times that goddamn 77 car, and I can give you the laps. Lap 217, lap 399, lap 484. Twice with the 99 of Suarez. Have no idea what was going on there. Twice. Maybe
and
maybe
they're about random. To be teammates.
Maybe it was random. Maybe it wasn't connected. And yeah, Superfan would know. He just took away what I was going to say. They're going to be teammates. And here's the other piece. So twice with his future teammate. Did y'all see what the last caution was that brought all this drama? And I'm like, oh my God, WWF moment.
Yeah, that was 17 to go or something like that. 17, I think 17 laps to go.
Yeah. You want to know who turned Hocevar in that one?
99?
71.
71.
Oh my God.
You can't make this shit up. I swear to God, I go back, I look at my notes.
He's like, I've got wrecked by everybody else that have been involved in a wreck with everybody else this year. Might as well do it with my teammates.
I'm telling you, like, I see this and then I look at my notes and I'm like, no, maybe I wasn't paying that close of attention. I'm like, nope, that was Hocevar and Suarez. Nope, that was Hocevar and Suarez. Nope, that was Hocevar and his own team, and his own teammate spun him. I'm like, That's it. That's my records. That was so easy for me.
Chris?
Yeah, I had the Hocevar and teammates reckon as my wreckers. I'm like, what are we doing? I mean, to your point, Ricky, Suarez brought out 3 cautions by himself.
Whole thing was a mess.
That's
You know what I mean?
Jeff Gordon was talking about it in like the post race interview or whatever, and they were talking about all the cautions. He's like, I mean, the 77 just was backwards all night long. How many times?
It's a perfect way to say it. See, I love Jeff Gordon for that. It's so true. Because all my notes were like 77, 77, 77. I'm counting up the cautions. Other than stage breaks, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Between the 99 and the 77. It's
good God.
All right, Ricky, you're up for Hackers.
Yeah, it's an easy one. I think everybody took it. I didn't put much time or effort into this. I joked with, I think, well, both of you guys, but Chris specifically, 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 Toyota Motors blow up. Look, Hamlin, Briscoe, and Riley Herbst, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they were trying something. I don't know if it's just random coincidence, but it makes a good thing for me to talk about and use as the what the heck was going on. And before everybody gets all crazy, I assure you, I'm going to go out on a limb right now. The 11 and the 19 will not, you heard it here first, all 200 people that watch this, will not blow up in Phoenix.
I would agree. I think they were trying something because they had the cushion, right? I think they had the cushion.
Maybe.
Let's try and see what happens to prepare for a somewhat short track XS situation next week to see if we can have an advantage in our short track program. And I'm with you there on my Hackers. Like the 11 and the 19 were
just
what?
Very suspicious.
10 or so laps behind each other.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. I text you guys like the chopper's out, the black chopper.
Well, and I sent you the chopper logo. My chopper was up in the air and flying. But here's the other side of it. I could check with my buddy Big Todd Scholes. Aren't the motors sealed? Like, what could they got in and messed with?
Well, that's another thing. Is it their 3 for the sealed?
Is it what?
Is it their 3rd race for the sealed?
Oh,
so you get 3 per each motor.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
So this might be one of their, Oh,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what could they have affected just on a one-off? These motors are sealed. They got,
but it also can be the tune.
It
also can be in the tune, not necessarily parts related, but in their maps, their fuel maps. It could be in their base maps, and they're trying to lean something out or richen something up to gain a driver off or right. So it could be somewhere software related that stress something. Yeah. Stress something other than the mechanical part itself.
Yeah, it was kind of coincidental. It's just crazy. We'll see.
Listen,
but they're gonna be just fine in Phoenix. Let me assure you of that.
Yeah, they're gonna bring their best.
All right, for my Hackers, I'm going a different direction. And
what you got? Where you
Supreme
going?
Supreme Court Justice. Supreme Court Justice. I would like to. Everybody else is doing it, so I would like to take NASCAR to court.
Okay.
And Ricky, I'm going to need your help in presenting some evidence here. I just need you to answer some questions for me, please. Ricky, can you tell me how many laps are in the Daytona 500?
How many laps?
Yes, how many laps?
It's a 200. It's a 500-mile race, 2.5-mile track, so 188. No, and that's Talladega. Sorry, 200 laps.
Yes. Can you tell me how many laps are in the Shriners 500 at Phoenix?
Shriners 500 in Phoenix. That is a kilometers race, so we will run 312.
Can you tell me how many laps are in the Yellowwood 500 at Talladega?
That's close to a 500-mile race on a 2.66 mile track. The largest one that NASCAR races on, that one's 188.
For the Southern 500, how many laps do we run?
The Southern 500 is Labor Day weekend.
At Darlington.
500. I'm getting there. 500-mile race. I close my eyes. I think better. 500-mile race, 1.33-mile egg-shaped oval. That is a long race. We are there a long time, almost as much as the Coke 600. 367.
Yes. Ricky, how many laps are in the Xfinity 500?
Xfinity 500, you're referring to Martinsville. Martinsville is a little plate. I'm sorry, a little paperclip, like your hat says. Track there. It's only a half mile. It's actually 0.533. We laid down 500 laps, and we really only get you to about 250 something actual miles.
263 miles.
200. Yes.
Thank you.
So this is my problem. Do not call this the Xfinity 500.
Whoa.
Like,
hey, can I get a little love first for knocking the ball out?
You killed it. So Supreme Court Justice, I would like to present to you that this is deceptive business practices by NASCAR and possibly Xfinity, the sponsor. If we're going to tell our fans, if our fans are going to get used to the Daytona 500, the Shriners 500, the Yellowwood 500, the Southern 500, when you look at a race that is called 500, what are our fans going to think?
Miles.
You're putting down miles.
It's a 500-mile race. Do not call this the Xfinity 500. It is not a 500-mile race.
I love this.
It's a 500-lap race. Call it the Xfinity 263 or the paperclip or whatever the heck you want to call it. But do not call races 500. You take away the integrity from Daytona. You take it away from the Yellowwood 500, from the Southern 500. Wow. Do not call this the Xfinity 500. We only should call races 500 that are 500 miles, just like we wouldn't call a race the Cookout 600 if we ran 600 laps, because it would take away from the Coke 600, which we actually run 600 miles. This is deceptive business practices by NASCAR and by Xfinity, and it confuses fans. And I would like you to make a ruling.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know. I want to say it's rare, but I don't know if it's rare. I think in maybe a third of our podcasts, he gets a chance to be on his soapbox. And I really enjoy when he gets up there.
Listen, it was pretty good to hear him get worked up.
It
made total sense, though.
You're the Supreme Court Justice. Let's see what you got.
I'm going back right here. And let's see, the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
We do one more. I found it. I'll save you the time.
Bristol. You already looked it up.
Bristol in the spring. I looked it up for you so you don't have to do it. Yeah, it's also called 500.
Yes.
And
that is correct.
That one should not be called that.
We run 500 laps there, and we get to about 250 miles because that one sits right at about a half-mile track.
Yes.
Bristol is 500 laps at 266.5 miles.
Stop calling these races whatever 500.
So there's two tracks that we have 500s in that we don't actually run 500 miles.
So you understand, right? I think I get your point, but your venom, and there's a lot of venom coming from you, super fan, but it's okay. I have a computer screen in front of me, so it's not hitting me in the face. Your venom is pointed at NASCAR. I think, I'm not sure on this. I think it goes to the race sponsor or presenter because they don't want the product.
Well, that's why I said and or.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say it. I'm sorry. Because I know the last time we raced there was
but NASCAR still has to approve this.
It was the Bass Pro Shops, right? The Bass Pro Shops night race. at Bristol.
Right. It was
And
not called. Yeah. I looked
I'll
specifically
bet
at it.
you, right? I'll bet you that they think in some crazy marketing perception type of way that if they advertise it as what we're agreeing it should be in miles, that the race fan believes their value goes down.
And maybe so, but
Okay.
just leave the miles off if that's what you want to do. Just like they did at Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops night race.
Night race.
Cool. Completely fine with this.
Bristol.
If this would have been the Xfinity elimination race, I don't care. Call it that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Leave the miles off if it's not a true representation of 500, 400, 300.
Stop misleading fans to think that, because it devalues the Brickyard 400, the Daytona 500, the Coke 600. Like,
I didn't see this coming at all.
That's a good one there, super fan.
I think it's good for him to get this out. Like, I think without this therapy, like, he'd have more problems than low-cal Coco. Like,
he would have had a tall low-cal Coco.
Yeah, seriously, he'd have more issues. So this is good for him.
I sat down. I'm like, the Xfinity 500. This makes no sense to me. Why are we I understand that.
Yeah, I barely have enough time to eat my 10 hot dogs as it is. Like, them laps are clicking off. 19-second laps we're running in Cup. Come on, boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Xfinity 500.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He seems to have a win hat. I don't have one of those.
But if you
got
mine's from Iowa.
But so tell me this as a fan, if you're looking back over a driver's wins and you see Xfinity 500, what do you think that is?
Yeah, you would naturally assume that was 500 miles.
Right. This guy won a 500-mile race. Hey, this guy won it. Okay. Anyways. All right, let's move on to some Call Your Shot.
Call your shot.
I'm gonna call mine early. I'm gonna go ahead and
hold on. Can I stop?
Yeah.
Listen.
What?
I feel like I always do a public service in this spot.
You do.
I don't
always
care who's picking first. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you all right now. Go ahead, Chad. What do you got?
Well, let me explain a little bit, because we're going to do this a little bit differently.
I know it's Rick, Chris, Chad is what this says.
Well, that's because that's how you finish. That's how we finished this past week. But also this week we're doing 2 picks. So we're going to pick a race winner.
It didn't say that.
And a champion. It does at the bottom.
Okay.
Now it's time for the guys to pick for the next race winner and their champion prediction. It can be the same or it can be different.
Okay.
But we're going to.
You've made that piece. Can I make my announcement?
Yes.
Okay. And before anybody says anything, don't any one of you dare to think this is going to get Ross Chastained. Okay. All I want to hear are, and I don't even care what order we're in. All I want to hear are picks that are champ 4 cars, because I'm going to tell you, if the TV broadcast uses yellow or red or check marks or highlight bars, it's all at the top. All at the top.
Okay.
So thank you for letting me get. That's my soapbox. Now make your picks.
Okay, hold on a minute though. For the champion, we can pick the same drivers. Let's do that. If you think, you know what
mine is easy. You want me to go first?
Actually,
if Rick wants to let you go first.
Team Hendrick, 5 and 24.
Okay.
Bam, done. Write it down.
We can't have both.
You said the winner and the champion.
Oh, wait, you have a winner and a champion? What's the difference?
It's not Team Hendrick.
One of those guys can't win, and the other one did the
fine. I'll take Team Gibbs, and Chad has no pick. What are we doing? What kind of Supreme Court justice are you?
Yeah. I was trying to throw that in there.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna pick the 5 to win the race, 24 to win the championship.
All right, so for real, I'm gonna take the 24 to win championship.
Does he also win the race?
Absolutely.
Okay. Rick?
It's a good pick. Number 11, Denny Hamlin.
Ooh, Rick, put the 11. That leaves you with the 19.
Listen,
Or the
I'm
5.
I'm going to agree and disagree all at the same time. With you, Rick. With you, Rick.
Okay, let's see. Brad Keselowski's going to win the no, hold on. Kyle Busch is going to win the race.
No, Ryan Blaney's going to win the race, and Denny Hamlin's going to win the championship.
Okay.
12 win.
We got Chadley.
11 champ.
12 win. 11 champ. Okay.
I still think it's going to be hard for him to beat a Penske
Chris,
car.
We have 24
winner
win/champ.
Mm-hmm.
And on Rick, we have win 11 win/champ.
That's a pretty good.
And you're just living on history. Like nobody can beat a Penske car. And you might be right because Blaney was good. And
they were good. And Logano was good.
Yeah, he's just the kind of guy that would be like classy enough to just focus on winning the race and be like, yeah, you guys enjoy your championship. I got the win. Maybe.
Nope.
There it is. I like it.
Good
All
deal.
right. Well, another good episode. There
Yeah.
was lots of ups and downs in this one. I feel like we
chat.
did emotional gymnastics in this one.
I feel like I was very well controlled. I would like somebody to co-sign that.
You did. You were very squared away.
Thank you.
You made your points very well.
I was not yelling and going crazy.
Right.
I just,
You can tell Corey Bass that the media training paid off for you.
Oh my God. Don't rub his shoulders like that. He doesn't need that. None of that came from Clear 28. That was all me. He probably won't even watch this anyway, but I will ask him.
He's got other things to do. Anyways, all right, so another great episode. Speaking of great episodes, don't miss our guest episode this week. We kind of teed this up earlier, but we have Travis Perry, the inventor and the CEO of Cord Buddy, who has sponsored this podcast all year long.
Shark Tanker.
Shark Tank. That's all I got to say is Shark Tank.
Yeah. He's
Shark
legit.
Tank.
He's on the guest episode this week. Excited for you guys to hear his story. That'll be super cool. So don't forget to check that out.
Everybody's watched Shark Tank. Everybody's wondered how those people get on there. Everybody's wondered, this bullshit. Come on. How do these people get this? True.
Real watch the episode.
Yeah,
he fills us right in on how it works.
Yeah.
And some cool insight that we wouldn't have even thought. So super cool.
Right.
All right.
February 3rd, 2012 changed his life.
Yep. All right, Chris, what these folks need to be doing?
Listen, hit that subscribe button, share it, like it,
smash it,
rewatch it, smash it,
hit it with a gavel,
hit it with the gavel, play it on your ride to work,
hit it with a hairbrush,
play it on your lunch break, share it with your friends, and comment.
Yes.
Let us know let us know if you have questions or ideas. Let us know your opinions on our topics.
Yeah. And speaking of that, a couple house cleaning things here. So
housekeeping, not house cleaning.
Well, I like to clean the house.
Well, that means you're getting rid of things.
Yeah,
well, there's that. Well, that's what happened. So I need to clarify a few things. Right. So currently episodes 49 and 50 are down. If you listen to the podcast on Spotify, because we were flagged for infringing rights in our intro song, which we have the rights to, but I'm having to go
by the artist known as
from Chris Weaver,
who's amazing, who loves us, and we love him. So can we just get all the legalities and the bureaucracy out the fucking way?
Well, how is 47 legal, but 48 is not?
And let us use Chris Weaver's song.
That's we've been using this all year long, but so now I'm having to go through the appeals process to submit all the paperwork to show that we can. So this episode will have different music on it. As soon as we get the clearance from Spotify, we'll go back to using Chris's song. So
that's what happens with social media. It's
if you hear.
So we got a remix version moving forward. Is that what?
No, I said just use Chad Bearden's songs.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I can't wait for him to get a fucking letter. Hey, you can't use this song.
I had that before. TikTok took some of my videos down that I wrote the song, I recorded the song, I did everything, and they took it down and said, hey, you don't have rights to use that. If I don't, who does? I mean,
They're going to come take his paperclip hat.
yeah. But anyways, so there's that. Also, speaking of content and all that good stuff, we're bouncing around things that we want to do to bring content to you and shows to you during the NASCAR off season. If you have suggestions for things that you would like to see and or hear during the off season, let us know.
Let us know.
We would
and that
love
off season
your
starts
insight.
If you can help us
Monday.
make the show, our show, more popular than we can make it, please help.
Yes.
We're like
Off-season
pulled over on the
starts
side
Monday.
of the road with a flat tire. Please help.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was another good one. Let's get out of here. Thanks for listening to Checkers
Thank you.
Records.
Yeah, the World Series is. I gotta watch it.
World Series.